Hey guys, Finally Sleeps here. Today we are going to talk about the reset, what it means, why it happens. It's the basics, what carries over, what doesn't, how to prepare, and what to expect. Before we get into it though, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications here at YouTube. That way you never miss anytime a video post or anything goes live. All right, so before the reset begins, we're gonna have preseason. Now, what is preseason? It's going to be most likely a 3-week long event. It's a last big event of the season. It's the last hurrah. It's your last chance to kind of finish things out, build the team exactly the way you want it, and just create the highest squad possible, which will become your legacy squad. Okay, so now what's the legacy squad? The legacy squad is you get to use it in the following season. There it is. That's my legacy squad from FIFA Mobile 20. And you use that in the legacy chapter. So the legacy chapter is what we've been using for Icon Strike, and you use it here to earn your rewards. See, all my rewards are claimed. This is usually gets used in the first month or so of the new event, and there's some players that are available. See, I never even finished it. Never even went through it and finished it all. The legacy squad is that's where you use it. That's honestly all that you use it for. But this season with Icon Strike, we've been using it every week. But again, it's just a way for you to carry something over to the new thing. That's what legacy is. We'll talk about it more in a minute because there's a lot of stuff that goes along with it in preseason. Preseason, there will be a bunch of now and later rewards. That's where it just showed you that all rewards are claimed. Now and later rewards, what it does is you get something now, like during preseason, they give you it a gift. And then when the season resets, you'll have a token carryover, and that token will give you something later. Now, later. See, it makes sense. Now and later. There's confusion with this though. A lot of people will get very excited during preseason and they'll say, well, I'm going to drop all this money and get this 98 rated player for preseason because I get a 98 rated player after. That's not how it works. You get a 98 now and you get a equivalent player in preseason or at the new season after the reset, your later player. So if we got a 98 rated player at the very beginning of the season, that would be insane. What will happen is that 98 player now will become like an 81 after the reset. A 105 right now might give you an 86 after preseason. And nobody uses those now and later cards for very long. They do give you, a giant leg up in the very beginning for a few weeks, but then they kind of just fall off. So just remember that when you go into it. I know everybody's going to be all excited about these now and later players, but don't be too excited because the later version is pretty short-lived. Okay, so that's the now and later. You also get a bunch of double rewards. So if you grab anything during this event, they'll usually have like FIFA point packages where you can get 1,000 FIFA points, what you would normally pay, but you get 1,000 now and 1,000 later. There's stuff like that. There's all kinds of, buy XP now, you get XP later. You buy stuff now, you get stuff later. That now and later. That's how it works. But the double rewards, they're kind of a double-edged sword because it is twice, what you're getting. But if you wait until after the reset, there is a big advantage to spending any money you plan on spending for the entire year to spend it all on day one. Talk about that in a minute. Now, when is preseason going to start? My best guess is September 16th. So if you've been paying attention on the live streams, we have a countdown timer of when we believe the reset is going to occur. If preseason is another 3-week event, which is what we've been seeing over and over and over again, then it should start on September 16th. So the next question is, what is reset? What is it? Think of it like buying a new console game. When FIFA 22 comes out, you lose everything that you've accumulated in FIFA 21. I mean, there's some stuff you may have an advantage to playing there, you're a returning player. There's little things and stuff, but that's about it. You start over, and you have to buy a new game. It's the exact same thing in mobile. If you just continue to build what you have, it would get ridiculous. And anyone new coming into the game, if you came in halfway through FIFA Mobile 21, you saw how far behind you were. Can you imagine if you came in FIFA Mobile 21 and people have been playing since 17 and they had like 700 OBR squads? That you can't do that. So this is why the reset it is. So when reset comes, the game as we know it will cease to exist, and FIFA Mobile 22 will be the new version that you download. Just like you bought a new console game. Everyone starts over at scratch with a full bronze squad. You'll then get to open up all your later points that you earned from all of your now and later packs in preseason. From preseason, it's going to start probably September 16th. And then you get to open all those packs. It's this massive, it's like Christmas morning. It's so much stuff. And the first week or so of the new season is insane. It is craziness because everyone starts out at scratch, and your team upgrades are massive right out of the gate, and everybody's team looks completely different. You're struggling to grab players. You get excited to get a gold. You're like, oh my god, I packed a 75 rated card. Yay! It's absolute madness, and it is awesome and insane all at the same time. So do not panic. Now, the reason a lot of people are panicking is because you're like, oh my god, I'm going to lose everything? Okay, so here's what does carry over. Your legacy team, which we just looked at, that carries over. Any FIFA points you may have, so like those 9 that I've got sitting up there that have been there since like FIFA Mobile 18, those 9 FIFA points will carry over. I get my 9. Yay! And now and later points, because you use those in the legacy chapter. So those are the 3 things that will carry over. Now, as far as the legacy team goes, if this is my main squad, the 11 players I have in my active squad at reset, those 11 players become my legacy team. If for some reason you still have multiple lineup set and you have your weekend tournament team chosen, you have this one selected as your active team, you're stuck with that as your legacy squad for all of FIFA Mobile 22. You don't want to do that. When we get close to it, we'll put out another video. We'll remind everybody the last minute things that you have to do right before. There's a whole list. You need to take screenshots of your user ID, check out, so that you know how many FIFA points you have. There's, delete all of your squads, dump all of your players so that you only have your 11 main players, and then you connect it, you link it to your Facebook, you link it to the Game Center, you link it any way you possibly can to minimize the chance of losing it at the transfer. But we'll talk about that all as we get closer to the end of the season. So your 11 players from your legacy squad do carry over FIFA points and now and later rewards. That's it. Nothing else comes around with you. Remember, new game, putting it into the console. You don't get all the players you had from last year. In fact, a lot of those players have changed. They're shifting and everything. And you're going to have all these new players that you're excited about from transfers. You got to have PSG Messi. And it's just going to be completely different in FIFA Mobile 22. Now, what does not carry over? It's everything else. Coins, they're gone. Gems, gems don't carry over. Reserve players, so if you have 1,000 players right now, you only get 11 in your legacy squad, and you can only use that in the legacy tab. You can't use it for anything else. So none of your reserves carry over. And resources such as boost, all your boost gets reset. Boost goes to 0. And training XP, you lose all the training XP. So right before the end, You're going to have to dump everything into the team you've got. All of your players XP or sell them. Get rid of all your coins. Have a ball. Piss that shit away. Build a 110 Akin Fenway if you get bored. Play with him for a while. It doesn't matter because none of it is carrying over. Now, the most important thing is don't panic. This is a good thing. And my best advice is to just embrace it, look forward to it, because trust me, you're going to have a renewed sense of excitement in FIFA Mobile at the reset. It's the same way every year. Everybody who goes into it, it gets divided into like 3 different kinds of people. You have the ones that are excited for the reset. This guy, excited for the reset. You have the ones that are kind of like, man, oh my God, all this work and now it's going to reset. And they're like, what, I don't understand. And they're confused. And then you have the third guys, they're like, yeah, screw this shit, I'm done. Spent all this money and now I got to do it. Those guys, go back to Among Us. That's not what this is about. You would never expect a console game to continue inevitably, unless it's Grand Theft Auto. I don't know what it's like the exception to the rule. But anyway, we are resetting. It is a sports game. Things change, players change. It just has to happen that way. We are all going to start over. It levels the playing field. Honestly, I just can't wait. It's a chance to fix all the wrongs that you had this season. So if you didn't build your team the way you wanted, or let's say you didn't do rank transfers and you ranked up your team too quick and then you could have transferred ranks in and you didn't pay attention to that, or you didn't focus on boost and now you're struggling at like level 15 and 16 instead of level 22, 23, 24, 25 right now. If you didn't focus on your building your reserve squad so that you could make your way into summer with an absolute ton of master players and stuff like that. If you didn't work the market the way you wanted and you look back on it and you're like, oh my God, why did I train all these players so early? There's so much stuff that you can do next season that you didn't do this year. It's like a mulligan. It's a do-over. It's a do-over, people. That's what it is. All right, so now how do you prepare? Number 1, use everything you have right now to go as far as you can to get the best possible legacy squad that you can. Don't rank up. At this point, stop ranking up until after you see what's possible in the last 2 events. It's like right now we're getting 14 ranked players that we can transfer in. Just do the rank transfers and hold all of your shards until the last possible minute to build that team as far as you can. Then spend all the coins that you have. Use everything. Transfer players, shove, weekend tournament players up your main team, right up there. Just do some training. Just pull everything together, collapse your whole squad into your best possible legacy team. Now, if you're going to spend cash on the game, you might want to consider holding any hard cash, like real actual in life, like there's video game world and then there's in real life world. Any real life cash that you're going to put into the game, consider waiting until day 1. Now, I'll go over all this as we get closer to the reset, but there is a way to jump the VIP line. So if you hold all of your coins I keep saying coins. If you hold all of your actual cash in real life, your credit card, whatever it is that you spend money on the game, if you hold that until day 1 of FIFA Mobile 22 and you put all the money into it, then it will pay you back tenfold in the new season. If you spend $50 on day 1, so if you haven't bought Star Passes, hold it. Look at it and hold it. Think of it this way. If it was FIFA 22, the new console game, you'd have to go buy it. So I normally would all be free to play, but if you take the money that you would use to buy a new console game and you don't spend it now, don't buy any FIFA points, don't buy anything during preseason, don't buy any, there's going to be some crazy deals that they're going to try to sneak you into getting, and it's going to look like a really good idea. But trust me, if you wait until day one of FIFA Mobile 22 and you spend anything that you were going to spend between now and then, that day, it will jump you way ahead in the VIP line. And then you can earn additional VIP points every single day from that day forward, because you're going to go from VIP level 1 to VIP level 5 or 6 or 7 on day 1. And the accumulation of VIP points that you earn from there until when you would have received that level by just staying free to play is astronomical. It's like $50 on day 1, gets you, I don't know, it's like a month and a half early on the no market tax. You spend $100 on day 1, you're not going to have a market tax at freeze. It unlocks everything. So just consider it. Consider it. So if you're looking at it and you're like, ooh, I really want to spend $10 on that pass, or I really want to spend $20 on that pass, any advantage you're going to get right now is only going to last you until the reset in October, and then it goes away. So just think about it. It's my advice. Think before you spend, and then if you're going to spend, do it in October after the season has reset. I think that's it. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the reset, when we think it's going to happen, what to expect, and to not panic. So I think if I jump ahead of the line here and just start to ease you into this, ease you into the reset, it'll calm some nerves, and then when it actually hits, it won't be like such a shock. At least, I don't know, that's the idea behind this. All right, just make sure you subscribe, that you turn on notifications so you never miss when anything goes live. And check out Twitch for all of the live streams. Live streams. It is what it is. All right. Thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos.